Month 3 in the time of the Eternal, Month 6, Day 13, of 2023. In dreams, I saw a group of brothers who were in a place that they used as a church. Most of them were young, and there were also some adults. They reunited to have a service that started, but it didn't end. Because that turned into a discussion about who should pay the rent, who would be in charge of the repairs, who would be in charge of the cleaning duties, who would be in charge of the organization, and so on. In the dream, I remembered the administrative meetings, which were held on the Sabbath with the excuse that that day was the day that all the members arrived at church, and it was partly true, because in Laodicea the Christians are sabbatical some hours, and during the week they look only for the ephemeral things of the world. I continued thinking, seeing how the discontent, the irreverence, the cruelty, the words between them, the madness of lack of control, of vexation and anger, was increasing. I then came out of there. And the scene changed. I saw an organized, temperate group that respected the sanctuary and its atriums. But, when leaving there out of the places reserved for God, their heart and mind expressed through their mouth, who was the most important in the Lord's vineyard, and who should be more respected than the others. It was a drastic change of personality. The scene changed again. And I saw some classrooms, and, there, students. Some, hard-working, and others, of what we will call wheelbarrows, of those who have to get pushed to get things done, because duty is in front of them and it is as if it were not there. There were also those who live off the efforts of others, of their sweat, of their social position, of their fame. Also there, next to these, the strays, and also, the shameless, as I was let know. Those who, another does, and they manipulate the facts so that everyone believes that he did the things. And they declare, look what I did. My attention was also drawn to the pretender, person who pretends to be something that they are not. Those who, to give an example, have to move a stack of blocks and each one carries what is assigned to each one, and this pretender only carries one and cries, I was there, and I fulfill. I also saw the restrainers there. These restrainers do not oppose anything, but they restrain, they delay any action that must be done. For these, the mandatories are an option, and what is an option is a mandatory. There I also saw subtle. They do not deny the mandatory either, but they promote doubt, discontent and spread discouragement wherever they go. There I also saw the courageous ones. Boldly, they put their hand in everything and strive to stand out in the eyes of others. For these, this pride of boldness is their life. If they are not flattered, if they are not noticed, they don't feel satisfied. My attention was called also to a group, those of the last word. These, in each conversation, their goal was that their word was law heard and obeyed. Not because this word was wise and correct, but because it was the dominant whim of verbal control over minds who like to flatter and worship men. I also saw the saboteurs there. These clearly oppose everything and everyone, even the eternal mandates. Because, for them these mandatories are the last thing, if there is time left over, or do not do it. And they flaunt their supposed victory without the need for these mandatories. There I also saw those who, as I was let know, were strict in the letter. Every line of what God said is known by them. But only that, known, but not actuated in their life. There also, I saw, those who actuated in their own opinion. There, also, those who assign duty to themselves, these self-sent never want to do anything, any common task. They don't like God's disciplinary processes. And they do not like it and resist the daily school, this school that is divine. They catalog themselves indispensable in the Lord's vineyard, and they want to be noticed by all cost in outstanding tasks. There I also saw the excused, God understands, that's why I did this, that and the other. He is merciful, he is not going to be upset with me for not doing this. There I also saw the quarrelsome, the debater, the one with arguments God said that we must do this, but until I am clear and understand why, I will not do it. These argumentative, question everything, and turn it to their own whims, thoughts and actions. I also saw the scholar there. He believes he's renowned. And he sits waiting for everyone to speak to his ears, and also that he can speak to their ears. And that everyone be attentive to his words and pay homage to him. I also saw the weary there. He works hard, but shooting everywhere. He chews up every duty, and he leaves behind all the incompletes. There I also saw those who, I was let know, were the pity. He lives saying, "This, do we have to do it? Poor me, I can't. I'll never be able to do this, it can't be done because of my condition." While I was observing all this, and listening to the explanations of each one, I saw in the distance in a field, behind these school classrooms, a man. I started walking towards him. And a man crossed in front of me and said, "Where are you going?" I replied, "I'm going to see what that man is doing over there." He replied, "Don't worry. That's a hermit, he's crazy. He wants to live alone. He talks to himself, with his hands up to the sky, and day after day he is there, working and working. He doesn't know what to do but only that. Since he is like that, I take advantage of his work. And I eat of what he sows without me having to do it." I looked at him. And on his forehead, it said, "Freeloader." I continued my way to that lonely man. There, when I arrived, I saw the tilled field, a very small tent, a pitcher of water in a pot, and beautiful plants planted. I told him, "Why do you do all this?" He answered me, "The King of Kings and Lord of Lords commands it." I stayed alone here. But he is always with me. I love him and I have learned to love this life. See that seat under that tree? He told me. There is my place of worship. There I look for him and he helps me to continue. I was then compelled to say to him, "Why are you so close to those school classrooms with so many self-absorbed people?" He replied, "I don't have anywhere else to go, but that's why I stay away from them. Every one of them takes advantage of me." I told him, "Come with me, I will take you to a better place." He ran to his tent. There, on a blanket, he put 2 changes of clothes, a cup, his pot, bags of seeds. And, in another, he took from what he was already about to reap. And he put his hoe on his shoulder, and in one of his hands a machete, and he told me, "Ready, let's go." We walk a lot. We almost reached the top of a huge mountain. There, while we were resting, a man appeared and told us where to get water and other people. We went in that direction and sure enough, we found them there. Those who, around there, the locals called them, the people of the Holy Book. We got closer and I saw that they were passive, friendly, they didn't talk much, but their actions spoke more than they did. Soon, they accommodated us. And I saw the man who was with me, there, happy, because many, there, did their same daily chores. There, I no longer saw more. And I woke up. Oh, beloved brothers! How tremendous it is to know all these things. That to let us see these things so that we realize that we are under revision. And that the Lord knows the condition of each one of us. God grant that we can understand these things, analyze these things. And that by the grace and mercy of God we can see ourselves as He sees us, so that we can be right with Him. May the Lord bless us.